Welcome to the zone where geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick. Rican's the name of the show. Dive into the worlds you already know. From the big screens to the comic store. Super stories and so much more.
Welcome to another episode of Rican. I am Grassland Lou.
I'm still the spawn of Satan.
I'm rolling up, smoke 'em up, Mo. Welcome to another edition of Ricans, where the topics are raw and so is the weed. So, this week, of course, we got to talk about it. Alien Earth, episode 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Wicked.
So good. So good.
There's just one problem.
Shoot.
What is she? She could hear them. She can.
That's what we're trying to figure out. So I'm thinking she's a synthetic, right? But we don't know how essentially they made these synthetics. We don't know what they're made out of,
Because
where they are getting this material from, and that's my theory. And I think I mentioned it, but I didn't go too into detail.
But
with you.
I can see if they used some type of DNA or whatever from an actual alien, but she was created before.
No, yeah, true, but well, again, we also don't know what they had their hands on. Remember, they went out to get those creatures and get their hands on them because they already knew they existed.
The other group did. The
Yes.
But we're missing something.
Asia.
You're talking about her. So, her origins winds up that she's a synthetic.
Yes.
Now,
We know she's a synthetic.
same idea and principle as far as the other country or wherever they're called that went out for the xenomorphs.
Wayland Yutani.
This group went and found kids for the transfer. I'm going to call it a transfer project.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just a matter of she's the first, his favorite. So the first before all the others fell into place that worked.
Yeah.
But how was she? How was her synthetic body created? Because she hears them.
Mm-hmm.
She hears them,
And she
hears them
feels
talking.
pain.
Yeah.
She feels their pain.
It, yeah. So
So it becomes what? Did they add something that all of a sudden in a transfer she became psionic and become telepathic, but can connect to the xenomorph?
we also know that she's also doing things that where she was hacking into the system.
Oh, yeah, that
she
too.
got the thing to speak
That
to her
too.
brother.
The others
They
don't
were
do
like
that.
we didn't. They were
No.
like we didn't do that. Like the creators were like we didn't do
Yeah.
that. Like put that in her
There's
code.
something-
Like
there's
she's
something more.
unique.
Yeah,
There's something more going on.
A whole lot more.
I hope they answered it in this season.
I would like to say so, but again, it's
And you know what I loved? Was it this episode or the previous episode where they opened up the face hugger and they took out the little. That finally we get to see what's in that. What
looks
creates the process of
well, that's what creates the xenomorph.
Yeah.
right? And
Think of
they never showed that
so
before.
even though
No.
the face huggers come out of an
Yeah.
egg, the egg is more so of like it's like Pokeball. Like think of it this way: it's hiding in its Pokeball, waiting for a human to get close enough, or something of bioorganism to get close enough for it to open, attach itself. But the face hugger is really the egg
Right.
that's depositing into that. And so what we got to see is like the fetus of a xenomorph
Now-
before it attaches itself to what? Sorry, was that a weird word to use?
Use that Pokeball. I'm not gonna eat that no more. That's it. I can't see a Pokeball the same way ever
not
again.
like a Pokeball, like a Pokemon ball, like a Pokeball.
No. You said Pokeball,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, oh, that's so delicious. And then you said that the little embryo. I'm like, oh,
No,
bleh,
Pokeball.
bleh, I'm done.
Like a Pokemon bowl, waiting for it to pop open when there's,
Yeah.
something that it can attach itself to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't do the noise of a Pokeball.
what I found very messed up is that they took her brother's lung in order to make it
That
happen.
was crazy.
That's that thing
They took
swimming
his
around that went
lung.
in. That was his lung that they cut
Yeah,
out.
they took his
I'm
lung
like,
out.
yo, that's messed up.
I thought at
I
first
mean,
they were gonna give him like a bionic one. I was like, oh, that's
I'm
what they're
pretty
doing, and then we
sure-
were like, what are they doing with the lung?
Now,
I'm pretty
what
sure
do-
something's happening.
What do you think? Like, can
What?
what do they call it? The synth?
Synthetics,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
They're the closest thing to human.
No. So you have synthetics are their synthetic bodies, right? And then you've got so these people are human minds being put into synthetic bodies, and then you have the regular synthetics, which are like droids essentially, like they're AI. That's what David was, but they're given like the ability to feel and whatnot, and that's where it gets the territory of like, is this really life now? And then you've got people who have enhancements through bio. You know,
What is
cyborgs and you have synths?
Is this guy cyborg?
the guy who's chasing down the Moreno who's chasing down the
Oh yeah, what?
the white hair? No, he's a synthetic. I think.
He's a synthetic.
So
Because
he's
remember-
actually the first.
Because it
Let's put it
didn't
this
react
way.
to him. It didn't
Every
react to
time
him.
a human, well, my good example, the cyborg. When the cyborg was meant to, remember, he's half human, so the egg
was starting
was
to-
going to react
yeah.
to that. But as soon as any of the synths was around him, it was like nothing. Even when he cut it open to get the face hugger out, it was more afraid of what was happening to it because they knew it wasn't something to grab onto. It wasn't a human. It was something else, and that terrified
So
him.
he's the first. When you really think about
some
it.
of these older ones that have spoken, they've already been around, but something different about this particular girl and this particular synth. Like I said, she rewrote program. She hears them. She feels their reaction. So something is different in this design that he created. And then he didn't pass it along to the others. He just made her his favorite. That's why she's so unique. I mean, come on. They were playing tag when they were in the war room with these guys, and they were supposed to be like, "Oh, these are my guys coming in."
Soldiers
They're playing
coming in
tags,
and their kids.
okay? And then when one did see the Xenomorph, they're like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Only
They
she
forgot.
went down after her brother. Only she grabbed it by the grab mouth
By the tongue.
and threw it in
Yeah.
there. And then with the paper cutter that she used for a blade, took its head off. I mean, she got a little concussion herself, but
She got more than concussed. Something
Yeah,
we don't
something
really
else,
know
bro.
what really
We
happened.
don't- yeah,
That
we
thing
don't know.
cracked her skull open. That's what it did.
Or maybe she felt unconscious because, again, she's connected to these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, it's just weird too. And also, this alien wasn't collecting people. Like, I remember sometimes it would, even though it would kill people, it was collecting their bodies and putting them into specific places for the
next egg
to hatch
come.
and
Yep.
whatever.
I'm telling you, you know
that
that
wasn't
guy.
being done either.
You know that guy that's spraying that door? That they show almost in every episode? The guy that's spraying the door, he's wearing the full. You've seen him.
I think so, yeah.
I think there's a queen in there. And that's how
Well,
come he keeps.
here's the
Oh
thing.
my God.
From what I've heard, and it's not completely canon, but what I've heard as far as the theories are concerned, that one of those eggs could contain a queen. And if they're not containing a queen, it is quite possible that the xenomorph itself can create one. So it's a matter of that one that's let loose, because, I mean, no spoiler alert here if you watch the trailer.
Right.
They're chasing after one. They went into the lung, so it's going to come out. Somehow it
Yeah.
comes out, or
They let it mature, which
and
is
let it
stupid.
mature, and then they're out there hunting it on their island. In broad daylight and not in dark, because in dark, that's his element. But in broad daylight, not so much.
Which is crazy. Why would you let that loose on your island? It's like you're just asking
FAFO,
for it.
the definition
Yeah,
of that in itself. Why would you let
F
a
around and
xenomorph
F out.
and then let it loose on your land, where you're gonna do what? FAFO, FAFO is what I like to call. And that's what
Yeah.
they're gonna find out, bro. They're gonna find out the hard way when that happens.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be pretty.
No, it's not.
It's not gonna be pretty.
It's like they let loose a dinosaur in Jurassic Island.
Oh, the xenomorph raptor thing.
Yeah, that-
I hate that they call it the xenomorph raptor. I'm like, come up with a original
But
name.
it does look like
It looks
a
like an
xenomorph,
alien,
but
yeah.
bigger than the queen, that's for sure.
But
Oh no! Don't want to cross that. No. I don't see. That's the human preclude to curiosity, stupid curiosity. Let me let this thing out, and let me see what happens.
Yeah.
And then you have the damn nerve to look surprised when it's about to kill you. No.
oh,
sorry.
the shock, the horror.
Oh,
Like you earned your death.
the
by that
humanity
point.
of it all.
Sorry, you earned your death by that point.
Yep. See that? You mess with a xenomorph? No. It's on you, bro.
Yeah.
We'll just sit back with a popcorn and beer and be like, that's gotta hurt. Like the dude that got caught in the mouth. Oh man, he shook him like a pit bull shook his stick. Oh my God. What left over was not pretty.
So bad. I felt so
Not
bad for
pretty.
that guy. But yeah, no, this xenomorph is built different. I wonder if what alien it attached itself to, because I don't think it attached itself to a human per se.
No.
Or something attached itself to a human and then the xenomorph attached itself to that, and it's like now it's like a triple fuck. Like,
I want to know how would the xenomorphs, I mean not the xenomorphs, the synths react to one of their own dying?
they don't. Oh wait, you mean the kids? Oh well,
That's
I'm
gonna
sure they'll have an emotional reaction to it because technically they're still kids. They
They're
have a
still kids.
mentality, so they still
They
have
show fear.
emotional reaction. They show fear, you know, but they don't feel emotions like we do anymore. 'Cause remember
No.
that was the whole thing in the beginning. They were worried about that, and he was like, "Look, they're not human."
Because the idea of the transfer was that that in their youthful minds could transfer a lot easier than the adult ones.
yeah, they were having issues with adult transfers.
A child doesn't have that issue, so that's why they just look for child, which was, at first I'm like, why are they looking for child? I'm like, pedophile? What's wrong with you? But now it's starting to make sense as far as
That
the
is a valid
technology is
concern.
concerned.
So.
Either way, from the psychotic and sick and science fiction of one end, you have, and I like to say,
Could you get that for me?
weird,
Could you get that for me?
weird and AI.
Yeah, what?
Could you get that for me?
Oh.
Hold it.
You have the weird and the AI coming around the corner in the form of Tron.
If you
We have-
guys could see
You
behind the
could see
camera,
on the camera,
yes.
yeah.
We've got an intruder alert.
Intruder alert. So we have Tron Ares that's soon to be coming out in October the 10th.
We have-
Now, at first I was excited about it because I've seen I played the game when it came out in the arcade, played the computer game, and then watched the first one that was done with Jeff Bridges, and then
Which
I'm
he's
like-
still in it.
He's still in it, yeah. But it had at least it had a good continuity from what had happened before in the first film. Because remember, it was like groundbreaking effects in the first film with Jeff Bridges, and then the second one, well, we already had the effects, but the story still continued real good.
Right.
And he brought one of them back into the real world. But this one has another idea that they already are out. At least
They come.
the vibe I got is that they're already out.
They
They're
come
not
into
in
our
the
world.
virtual world. They're already in our world and now coming to Earth. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, and the thing is that I'm like a little.
I don't think it'll do too good.
One word, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
One person, excuse me, Jared Leto. I'm like,
And he's the only thing that's holding on to that.
no,
He's
my
the-
dude, Morbius, and him in the Suicide Squad. I'm like,
No, what I'm saying, his name is,
Jared Leto.
but he's the one that's making like.
No, he's
He's the-
the actor, but his character he's playing is being introduced like a weapon of warfare. Like the guy is doing like a Tony Stark when it came to the Jericho. He's introducing Tron, Ares, that's the project Ares, as the next weapon to be used in the war of what? I don't know. So I'm like,
I mean, it's cool to use the name of Ares as the god of war.
exactly. But that's how they're selling this. And I'm like,
Unless they're trying to take over our world.
which is I'm most likely thinking that the subplot of it all is going to be that because again, FAFO, you found out about the Tron, you went in there and then either recreated or brought it out into this world, and then they said, you know what, let's weaponize it. I'm like, why? And, it had a better purpose than you weaponizing it.
I'm gonna have to watch these movies because I've never seen any one of them.
You've never
Oh
seen
my
Tron?
God, trust me.
I tried watching the original movie when I was a
You're-
kid. And
you're
I just
gonna
couldn't
think
get
The
into
original
it.
movie is going to be at
I
this
couldn't-
time a little confusing because
Well,
it's long.
And you're
no,
gonna
I
find it-
couldn't get into it when I was younger, and I just never watched it again.
You're gonna find it corny.
I find all movies corny, but I still enjoy them for what they are.
Right.
I could take a step back and be like, look, this is a product of its time.
Well,
and
the
enjoy
second
what
one
it
you
is,
could get an
know?
idea from and understand it because then it's the son that
Yeah.
goes back and finds his way to his father in
many-
his
Well,
world.
I understand the storyline because I've looked it up. I didn't know Tron was a thing. I thought that was just the world.
How many
That's
movies?
what the world is
Huh?
called.
How many movies I got? This will be the fourth?
1, 2. I think there was a third, or this is probably the third. Don't quote me on that, but that's the ones I remember so far. This being the third, and again, it's like another shot. Please don't mess it up, Jared. You know, it's like Morbius was. I mean, lackluster with him leading it, as far as I'm concerned. Now, the other actor who was a Doctor Who, he was better.
Matt Smith.
He should have been the one.
Yeah, Matt Smith is such a phenomenal actor.
He should have been the
Everything
one.
he
I'm not, you know,
does is so
I
good.
want to take a lot from him, but some of his stuff in the past with Marvel and DC haven't been that great. I mean, I remember him Suicide Squad. The only thing I remember is he's got a smile on his hand. He's going, Well, that's how I feel about
That's a
some of
really
his work so
good
far.
mimicking of his laugh. That was really good.
Well, that's because that's how I felt when I watched the movie. I'm just so stupid. You know? So, I'm hoping this one, you know, especially with the kind of money they're spending on the AI to create the world and do what they've done. I mean, I watched the effects. I'm like, bravo. I'm like, this, bravo. You brought Tron from what it was in late 80s, no, early 80s, and the special effects then was like phenomenal at that time. And then now you're bringing it into this digital age, and now when you see it, you're just like, I'm like, whoa, and it sliced a police car in half. I was like, what? I'm like, bravo. But as far as the movie and the story, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna feel the same. Maybe I'll watch it later. I don't know yet. So that's a question mark as far as I'm concerned with that movie and what it entails.
Now,
And from the looks of things, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have to pay bills yet. We're good. We will soon enough. Which brings me now to the next film, another remake, right? And this is from Stephen King.
I love him.
Yes, The Running Man, the one that was first introduced.
Don't love that.
Yeah, with
I
Arnold
I thought
Schwarzenegger.
that movie was pretty.
I'll be back. His
What did I
corny
say
phrase.
this morning when I watched the trailer? I'm like, I was an okay movie then. I really don't think it needed a remake now. So.
Well, that's what we were discussing about. Maybe you can answer this. In one hand, in 2025, how many, and that's subtracting the MCU and the DCU, in movies alone, dramas, fantasy, horror, you name it, are original works?
Not many.
Okay, so can you name at least 5 off the top of your head for 2025, not in general, just 2025 alone that was original?
Are we including franchises?
As I said, take out Marvel and DC, right? And just leave just regular theater productions, sci-fi, horror, drama, whatever, that were original stories.
There was, in the beginning of the year, a sci-fi, but it wasn't for theaters. I think it went straight to
Oh, it went straight to
Apple TV.
Apple TV? Well,
And it was about these droids.
okay, that's one.
I forgot
We'll
the name
probably
of
find out soon enough when it comes to us as far as the name of it.
it was original.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You got the one with, again, but it went straight to platform. Platform seems to be winning out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Platform, you can get away with whatever you want to get away with. For a TV show, the same thing.
And they're not afraid of these streaming lines aren't afraid of failure. They'll take the risk.
Yeah.
They'll take
If
the
you're
risk.
Disney and you do something like the,
Netflix.
Acolytes.
No, well, yeah. But
It's 180
Netflix,
million down there. Oh, don't forget, Marvel's.
Netflix.
Netflix
has come out with original stuff.
Is, and I'm going to say it straight up, my opinion, the gold standard. Why? Because they were the first to do it. When I used to work at Blockbuster back in the days, I love those. We used to be in competition when Netflix came out. Netflix was nothing more than a service where you get the disc
I remember. I used
from
to
the
be-
mail. You didn't have a store
Yeah,
to go to.
I remember
And
that.
then they did their first online adventure, right after Blockbuster fell. And even though Blockbuster had the advantage because they had the stores, we used to sell the idea that you take your disc, you could throw it back in the mail, or if you receive it, you could throw it back in the mail or drop it off at the store and exchange it for another one. I thought they had the advantage. Nope, well, through mismanagement and God knows whatever else and the money being taken left and right, that's why they fell. But Netflix continued and built and built, and then it became a streaming service where now you didn't have to worry about throw it back into the mail. No, now you could just point and click which one you want, and then the library was, and then that's when they became their own network and started making films, and they were building on
TV
that.
shows and all that stuff. Yeah, that was good.
Oh my God, I'm trying to remember Flick Connection. I think it's the name of it. Van Damme is the host, and he points out his favorite films or whatever, but it's true. There's like a huge hidden list of horror that he had mentioned one time that even if you all remember, it's hard to find. But when you do, they have a collection that will make even the most, how can I say, regaled horror fanatic go, oh no, I can't watch that. That says something. Yeah. When you're a true horror freak and supernatural, gore, and anything else don't faze you, and all of a sudden there's a film on Netflix and you go, oh no, oh no, I'm not watching that. That goes to tell you they have a huge library. They're the gold standard. That's why everybody else joined that, because they saw that they did it right, and they're the big giant over it. You know, Disney.
Nobody wants to be the first, but everybody wants to be the second.
Yeah, Disney is right there, but
another original that went straight to Apple TV was the one with Tom Hanks and the robot.
Oh yes,
that was good.
I did see that one, and that was very emotionally touching to watch.
Yes,
it was.
And
it
what
reminded
killed
me of
it,
another film that I think it is Netflix. No, it went to theater, which had to do with another robot that was a soldier. Somehow he got electrocuted, just like, like, what's his name, Johnny Five, and he's like, no kill, and he became sentient, did not want to be the soldier anymore, he wanted to protect. So there's been like those films, like the one with Tom Hanks and the other one, I just can't remember the name of it now. Films like that are and yes, those are original ideas in that respect. So you got three of them there. Even though one of them was about war, the other one wasn't about war. It was about, the apocalypse that happened. The sun was too hot. You couldn't walk under it without being incinerated by it. So you had to wear a suit. I love that one with Tom Hanks. I did. It was so, one of those that
it's crazy because he didn't, I hate to say it if you didn't watch it, he didn't build a robot for himself.
No.
He built it to take care of the dog.
Yeah. He did build it to take care of the dog. A companion for the dog, because he knew he was sick and he was dying. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's not giving too much away.
That was a good twist.
Because when you watch the film and you see the evolution of the robot from where he was created to the end, you're gonna start I will guarantee you will wipe a tear from your eye. I don't care how much I wiped several tears from my eyes. Okay, I ain't too macho to say that, bro. It was one of those films that really got to you here. And you gotta love that.
Yeah.
You have to love that.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories you just sit there and you just go, get a tub of ice cream and start watching beaches. So, with that thought, that's why I'm feeling with the Running Man, because they're going on, I think it's going on book. As we were discussing before, they must have gone on book to follow the story and try to recreate exactly what Stephen King was trying to create. Same thing with the older version of Carrie with Sissy Spacek. The newer version with Hit Girl, Moretz is her last name. Moretz, yeah. Okay. She was Hit Girl, right, and Kick-Ass, and then she was Carrie in this film. Yeah. And so she was discussing that, yes, her and the director were going on book when it came to filming that, so that way they can recreate exactly what Stephen King was trying to put out there, which is true. It should be done that way, because the book inspires your imagination, but when you're gonna bring it to life, it should continue that imagination and bring it up.
Stephen King right now got a couple of good stories on platforms.
This is true. And let's hold that thought, and we'll be right back with more Puerto Ricans to talk about that.
Welcome back.
Hold on a moment. I need to stand up and stretch a second. And yes, we're back with some more Puerto Ricans.
I thought you were falling for a second.
I thought so too. I'm sure my legs said, "Let go, sit down again." So,
Oh man.
here, where we were at? Oh yeah,
Face painting.
huh?
We were at face painting.
Go ahead, go face paint.
I need to get face-
Come back and face
Someone's
paint. See
doing
what
face
happens.
painting over there, and I want to get it done so bad.
We are here at this beautiful garden where Reiden's World is having his annual summer bash. So I was like, we're hanging out, we're helping him out and joining in on the fun, but also we thought we'd do our platform here, which is a great place. I mean, nice setting outside, it's warm. Oh,
There's a
you can't-
breeze. It's
It's
not
a
too hot.
breeze. You just really can't ask for much more beautiful weather than that. Okay, so in going into what we were talking about before with the Running Man, you know, again, I'm thinking it's going to fall more on book because most of the scenes in that film right now, in just the trailer, none of it happened, with the exception of him, doing the run and doing it for his family as far as the trailer is concerned. But the action sequences, nothing in comparison to the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, not at all. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there might be something here because I'm an action junkie too. I like some good action. You give me some good action, and then I remember that Josh Brolin, Thanos himself, Glenn Powell, where he played Hangman in Top Gun Maverick. So, and he's done a lot of other films, romantic comedies, and another action film. But I'm like, Twister, for instance. So I'm like, okay. For me right now, it's like I'm looking at them as like, okay, they've got good credits to their name.
Too bad Val Kilmer can't make it.
Oh yeah, man. That
Yeah.
was. I know.
That one
Pushing up
hurt.
daisies.
I gotta say, he is missed. What are you doing?
You're saying he died?
Oh yeah,
He
right.
was pushing up daisies.
Pushing up daisies. Really?
What?
Tú estás malo,
He
mijo.
lost a lot of weight. I know that.
He did. And
He's bones now.
Huh?
Because he's bones now.
I'm gonna be quiet. We in a church. Or we near a church. Whoa, why did you
That was weird coming from her.
The spawn of Satan has respect
Yeah.
after all. For the cloth.
I know, but just I look over at you and then I see him looking at me like,
We both did, because you said words that I never thought
hey,
were out of your
hey,
mouth.
just because I'm the spawn of Satan doesn't mean I don't have respect.
How do you go from milk to
Some
church?
respect. Just a little.
How do you go from milk to church?
Hey, that wasn't at a church.
Trust me, you don't want to know the stories in church. Especially between her and her brother. Oh,
We're bad.
they are.
Me and
Love
your,
them both, but they're bad.
me and your cousin got in trouble like that in church.
It's fun. It's easy.
Your aunt had to take us
You're
out of.
immediately forgiven.
Yo, she separated us.
No, me and my brother also were like at one point we were either separated or we were just like told not to come.
Because you know how they tell you, stand up, sit down. I was standing up, sitting down, like, damn, again? I said that out loud.
No, I accidentally.
Oh, now we're gonna share stories quickly.
I'm looking up and saying slight forgiveness at this point, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So I'm with family, with my brother-in-law, and he's behind me, and I walk in, and I forget it was for what it was for, but that's okay. As soon as I saw the water, I went like this, and it did this, and I'm like, oh my God, it burns! And that's the kind of frozen face that I got as well when it comes to my brother.
I have it because there's a giant bug sitting on our table. I'm gonna don't kill it, please, because it's gonna fly in my face. I see it. Just leave it be. One of my favorite stories, just to share, was my brother brought back a piece of Christ, the body of Christ, and sat down with it for a minute after we were supposed to eat it, and he leans over and he's just like, so what do I do with this? Because he never took that. My mom just forced him to go up
That
just
thing-
so to not look awkward.
That thing stays in the top of your mouth.
No, he puts it in, he eats it, and he goes, "Ooh, he's stale," and said it just loud enough for a couple people to hear.
Get him.
What is that bug? Oh my God, we're gonna have to cut this. What is that?
Relax.
Relax. It's not doing nothing to you. As long as it doesn't do anything to you, it's
What
fine.
is that though?
It's
It's like a bee mixed
It's-
with a mosquito, mixed with something, an ant. Look at the bot. Look at that.
It's a xenomorph.
All right, I'm gonna take a photo of it.
Now we're fascinated by other things.
We're gonna have to do this again. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
That'll be funny if it jumps in the forehead.
Oh God, don't do that, please.
I'm gonna have to whack her with this on the forehead just to get rid of it.
All right,
Okay.
and back to action.
No.
Well, it's not going anywhere. It's windproof.
Can you take this quickly? Where should I put this? Wait.
Okay.
I'm holding it. I'm gonna drop it again.
You good? Okay.
All right. Sorry.
So, from Running Man,
cut.
the next subject on hand, as we continue, which was one of our favorites that we're waiting to come around the corner.
Bugman?
2026, The Vampire Lestat.
It is the third book in the
Series in
Anne Rice
itself.
Chronicles, the Vampire Chronicles.
If you have not
So
watched the
excited.
first one, Interview with the Vampire, I highly recommend you go watch
First
it.
2 seasons, yeah.
Exactly. Oh look, just go, okay? There you go. See, he's not dead.
Sorry.
I love the movie. The Interview with the Vampire.
Oh yeah, well this
Wait,
goes
wait,
more
wait,
into the
which
books
one-
though.
Okay, when you say The Interview with the Vampire, are you talking about the one with Tom Cruise?
That's
Yes.
the only one. Queen of the Damned is not called Interview with the Vampire, it's called Queen of the Damned. So that's how they're separate. People at least know that much. But no, the show goes more into
Yeah, it does.
the actual
But
lore and
I love
truth.
the Tom Cruise version
I do too. I
because
do.
Louis, I was there.
Still.
Well,
this
Louis
one
still
here,
there too?
I mean, if you've read the books, we have. The book is like it comes to life on the screen.
Literally.
My brother
Literally.
The
collects.
stat is so good in this.
My brother collects the books.
Yeah. No, Sam Reed's Lestat is amazing. And then Jacob Anderson is Louis. He's from Game of Thrones. He was Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
something else. Because when I first
so
watched it, I
good.
was like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot. And halfway
That
through, I'm
first
like,
episode was amazing.
I actually
Oh.
literally did this. Like I was reading the book. You see,
Yeah,
I'm
it
reading the
felt
book,
like
bro. And I'm
reading
like,
the book,
what?
yeah.
And when they have the scenes, like after when they do the recap and talk about it, I'm like,
You can tell they
wow.
love the love.
You
love
know
the
these
books.
people read everything on the book, and they made sure that their recreation was, if
Well,
not, I would say 95% accurate.
Yeah, because there's things that they've changed, adapted. Like in the books, Claudia's 5. In the show, she's 14. So the things that they changed for the adoption, but it still stays true to the story of it.
A couple of actors in The Lord of the Rings did the same thing. They would walk around with the books to keep up with the.
To me, that's a good sign that you're trying to recreate what we as fans love, not change it to what you think it should look like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you change something to what you think it looks like, you know, I'm like, now you're ruining it. I'm gonna give you a good piece of advice. Look at how many people love the source material and ask yourself, do you really want to ruin it? Yes, there will always be people back and forth that are gonna say, oh, that's not the way it happened, or
That's not what it is.
exactly. But you know what? If you're like
In that
95
exact type of voice.
yeah, it's like, well, not that type of voice, but, you know, close enough to say that if it's somewhere between 90 and 95% accurate to the book, you're going to have at least 95 to 98% people loving it. You're going to have that 2%.
Yeah.
They're going to, like we mimicked, they're going to say that.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
never going to be
because-
100%. As long
Never.
as you've got the spirit of it there, that's all that
Exactly.
matters.
As long as the spirit of the idea, the story that captivated us in the first place is there, I don't see anything wrong. I mean, Iron Man, 30 years was done in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because in 30, I mean, like less than 25 years later, 25 years later is when he actually then came out and said, I am Iron Man. But
Yeah.
they did the same thing with him as they did with Superman, except it was smarter and more believable with Tony Stark because he had a telepresence, an autonomous armor that would just stand behind him, talk or whatever. So you couldn't say, "Oh, right, he is Iron Man." No, he's not wearing a pair of goggles or anything that will throw you off. So in essence, bringing it 30 years forward, and then Extremis, which was like in the late 90s, but that was the only one I said, okay, it wasn't done exactly the way it should have been, because that's kind of like taking Iron Man 1.0 to Tony Stark 2.0.
Yeah.
When he hacked satellites with just a thought. When he was talking to the person when he had the Extremis done, and then the phone rang, and then he's talking through the phone, he's not even moving his mouth. That's how it should have been. Okay, so, I mean, as I told you before, I was like, I've gotten almost to the point where I'm like, okay, you're not doing it exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
But I see this, I see the spirit behind it, so I'm liking it for what it is.
Kind of like what we were talking about Star Trek earlier.
Yes. Now, which brings me to my
Segue
subject.
into what we were talking about
Segue to
earlier.
Star Trek. Go ahead.
I watched an episode and a half last night because I fell asleep.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I've noticed there is no continuity.
In what way?
Discovery had continuity.
Well, they were doing the same storyline throughout the entire season.
And what I explained, the difference is that Discovery had a continuous storyline because Discovery was Discovery. What Strange New Worlds is doing is they're trying to adapt the original series and how everything was episodic. They still had little things in the background that are still like continuous storyline, but they're adapting the original series how like every episode was just a whole new storyline. Like, you know, and remember they filmed out of order too, so some things that were canonized in one episode that might have been canon for that one weren't filmed or done properly, so it's like all out of order.
Every season of Discovery, for example,
Yeah.
dealt with the subject.
Yes.
Yes.
Star Trek doesn't do that. They start off
Strange New Worlds doesn't.
Strange
no.
New World doesn't do
Right.
that. No.
All the other shows do.
They give you a 10-second recap when they say, last time on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds.
Right.
But it's like-
and each segment is from an episode. So if you see 3 or 4 segments, those
So multiple
segments
episodes.
were from episodes that tie into this episode.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
So yeah, Strange New Worlds is I don't think gonna have an overall story. Like
No.
they'll have episodes that'll be like the season 2 finale going into season 3.
right,
like,
and
that's
that,
a
that
two-parter.
sucks.
No, but
No.
because that's the
Cliffhangers, I
original
know.
series.
Yeah.
No, I don't like
The
them.
original series was like that. You had there was only 1 2-parter episodes, and that was the Menagerie. That's the only 2-parter episodes in the whole entire series.
The best.
One of my favorites too, but all the other ones are individuals, and and there's a lot of episodes that I love that are standalone episodes. But that's
That's like the
how the
Next
whole series
Generation.
was. It was all standalone
The Next
episodes.
Generation, my favorite is when Picard becomes the cutest.
Best of both worlds, parts 1 and 2.
And
That
3.
cliffhanger
Dude.
when Riker stands there and says, fire. And then it ended, and I'm like, no! I almost did like the Hulk. My eyes were going to go white, and I was going to stretch out and go crazy, bro.
The
No.
third one was good too when he goes back to his brother.
Oh,
I like that one.
Yes. Thomas Riker.
Oh yeah,
No,
Thomas
no, no.
Riker.
I'm talking about Picard.
Oh, Picard.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
that one.
I was like, that was the
Because
clone.
the episode when you said brother,
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah.
is an episode where supposedly on a mission
Riker gets
Riker
cloned.
went back, but unfortunately, the beam sent one person back.
No, it
but
split.
and sent.
So
Back one.
technically, Riker is dead because it became 2 separate. The original Riker is dead. It's split into 2 different beings. But yeah, no, that was crazy. But I can't wait for you to see the episodes in themselves are really good. With the last episode, I was crying for one reason of my own, and I'm not gonna go into it because it's a little personal. But it was like a kaiju episode. They had this giant monster that they from this planet that they were helping move to another like part of the solar system, and they found out it was being used as a bioweapon, and it looked like Mothra. It was so cool. It was like a being of light, and it made the noise. It was so cool looking. It was,
And then
we
meanwhile-
needed a kaiju episode. We haven't had one in so long.
Their mission is happening.
Okay.
Okay,
In the
Ortega's
background.
brother is documenting on this, so it's done in a documentary style. Captain Una, number 1, his sister, Uhura,
Yeah.
Dr. Mbenga, even Nurse Chapel.
It's called What is
They had
Starfleet?
individuals.
That's what
It's
the-
called What is Starfleet?
Yeah.
And so, because he was mentioning that, Starfleet does this and that, but what separates them as Starfleet
A federation.
a federation from an empire which conquers?
Yeah.
What's the difference? They have this thing they
Dope.
call starships, where starships are equipped with weapons that could annihilate a world and subjugate them right then and there. They have that kind of power.
Right.
Same thing with the Klingon Empire. So he's trying to document and say what's the difference between the two, and then bring it to life in that documentary. I was
so
like,
cool.
it's cool. There have been some points in there where I'm like, ooh.
There were some things in that episode that really touched my heart, especially with Spock.
Yeah,
and
Spock
when you
especially.
see Spock interview, particularly that part broke me down. It was a little too personal for me. But
Don't tell me I'm gonna cry.
no, I cried. Well, I cried because it was very personal to me. But also just like learning that information about Spock really kind
Just
of
to
like.
I'll give you a brief idea.
Are you gonna cry?
He's half human.
No, because I just remembering what he said. I'm just. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good.
He's half human.
Right.
So
Well, so no, that's what it is. The interviewer asked him, like, because he starts talking and he's talking about how, like, violence is a necessary action when you're in the Federation. When it comes to these jobs that we have, and he makes the comment of like, yeah, but you're half human or whatever. You're not fully Vulcan. And then she tells him, it's like, look, everything that I've gone through, being in the Federation, is still does not come close to what I experienced in Vulcan. Meaning that everything he experienced in Vulcan was way worse, being a half human, half Vulcan child, than everything he's experienced in the Federation. And that's including like almost dying multiple times.
And you can remember some of those things because in the early Discovery, when Burnham decided to run away from the house of Spock, how Spock took it personal, how it hurt him in that respect. He had no idea, and it wasn't until later on that he made his intentions clear. Why? Because at first, when they reunite him and Burnham, you can see there's an offness
have that,
between
yeah.
the two because he's hurt, but through logic, he lets her have it and makes her understand, and then through logic, she shoots back at him. So you're sitting here going, why isn't she smacking him? Why ain't he putting her in a choke lock or something? Like, that's what brothers and sisters wind up doing, but these two do it verbally.
Yeah.
Verbally.
So yeah, you get a little
But-
deeper insight into Spock. That's why I don't want to say exactly what he
Yeah.
said. But when you watch it, it made me cry. I literally burst into tears and to take a
It's
moment
one
for
of
myself.
those moments. It's really one of those serious moments.
really nice.
That a person that can relate to, that done what he's done, and then go,
To see your superhero overcome that
Yep.
means a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to get all teary-eyed and shit. But anyhow, yeah. So it was a good episode. But yeah, all the other characters get interviewed. There's at one point where even he asks them like, "Well, was it like seeing someone die?" And Pike straight out tells him, he was like, "Have you ever seen someone die?" And the kid's like, "No." And he was like, "Well, if you did, you would know how you would not like someone asking you that question." Like,
Yeah.
real gets like they start asking real greedy questions, and then while that's happening, that storyline with that creature's happening, and it was so.
it was so
The
good.
Jakaru was the name of the creature. That was so
and the
cool.
thing is, the Ortegas' brother. Ortegas' brother. In doing the documentary,
Humberto.
he didn't pull punches. He didn't pull punches, but the thing is,
He was doing it for selfish
doing it
reasons.
for a reason.
Selfish reasons.
Very selfish reasons, but he was doing it and getting back at Starfleet. Because remember, if you watch Homogeny Part
He had-
2,
Well,
You-
yeah.
you have to watch part 2 of
remember she
this
got
season.
grabbed by the Gorn and almost died.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, so Starfleet took her sister away from him. That's how he sees it. And then, because of being with Starfleet, he almost lost his sister. Because she left, mother died. She had no control about how to deal with those things. And then she, like any other person who's ever gone into the military, you will hear all different stories of why they joined. Some of them for duty, honor, and all that. But then there are those who will say, I had a bad life, and everything. I'm leaving. I gotta go. And they found their path through the military, through Starfleet.
Yeah.
And so, in that essence, she lost everything. Uhura lost everything. Erica,
Yeah, because
she
her family died
lost
in
her
an
mother,
accident.
and she couldn't handle that. So she found a path and a family, just like with her regular family, but a family and purpose through Starfleet.
Yeah, they all found a place to belong. Like where Spock also comes to at the end of the episode, you find out he says like, look, being a part of Starfleet has led me to experienced part of my human side that I never would have experienced any other way.
Yeah.
You know, it let me be that, both human and Vulcan. So I was like,
Like,
oh my
was
God.
it season 2 when whatchamacallit, they had, as I like to call it, the Vulcans like to call it, they had a bit of hijinks when when him and his girlfriend switched bodies.
Oh, and T'Pring and him switch bodies.
T'Pring switched bodies, but T'Pring got an aspect of him that she had never had before, and she tried to explain to him that here I'm just Spock. I'm not the Vulcan. On my planet, I'm a half Vulcan. I'm a freak.
Yeah.
But here, I'm just Spock.
Yeah.
And they respect me for that.
I'm a good science officer. I'm a good, officer, period.
And that,
so.
that kind of, light bulb, there you go. So it's if it was to touch on that episode with this one coming up, and they'd use that, then I would have been even deeper, because that's what it's all about. It's these people who are out there representing the Federation and doing things, and sometimes, as I told her, it's like sometimes you have to do bad things for good things to happen. And it was one of those situations like that where, the order is one thing and the purpose behind it, but sometimes it's like, no. Every soldier, a true soldier wants to go home. Okay? When they're at war, they just want to go home.
Odysseus trying to get back home to his family.
And then there are those who crave
By the way, they're
war.
making a
They
movie.
crave the combat. And so those are the ones that are the lost souls, because
can talk
duty
about
and
that.
honor don't mean anything. It's just the combat. Defeat the enemy at any cost. That's it. Win. Well, others, it's like, look, we won. Can I go home now? No, I have a family. And, I want to go home. So that essence of it is what Star Trek tends to capture, and more so even in this episode than ever. More so than because with season 2, it was Una. She was defying orders. In fact, she was defying a mandate that said people like her cannot be there, because people like her are like Khan, Noonien, and Singh.
Yeah, they
So-
viewed her people on level
but
with
she
them. What was she?
proved-
Illyrians.
She proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, in more ways than none, she is the true embodiment of what Starfleet represents. The strange new worlds, the seek out new life and new civilization. Illyrians don't enhance themselves to be better than you. They enhance themselves so that they can live on the planet.
They
So
don't
while-
change the planet for
Right.
themselves. They play
Terraforming,
themselves
for
to the.
instance.
They
You know what's
terraform
sad?
their bodies for the
I
planet.
learned that before I learned the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand. And so Star Trek embodies that in those stories more and more, especially with Strange New Worlds. I tell you, I'm gonna feel real sad when season 5 ends, because it's like, wow, it brought back that feeling I had home when I was 9 years old, after the honeymooners, and I put my sheet over the thing and keep my mom from finding out that I'm still awake, and I'm watching Star Trek. But that's why I'm watching Star Trek. It taught me a lot growing up.
Yep.
A whole lot. And
I like a lot from Star Trek.
oh my God.
Taught you that you like to be beamed.
And on that note, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back.
With more.
Nerdoricans. Wait.
And we're back.
Oh, hi.
Swallowed in everything.
Hey, yo.
Ew.
Oh, me. Oh.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
And now for our final subject of the day, which I'm gonna say I'm looking forward to it, even though it still has this whole, but it's still a decent horror for this franchise that it's been. And that's The Conjuring Last Rites, which is coming out in 2 weeks.
A movie I won't be watching, but go ahead.
Oh, what you mad? Are you afraid of ghosts?
No.
Yes.
I told them I don't like the Warrens. I think that they are
My
overhyped.
mother's gonna go see it, so I'll probably wind up seeing it with her hiding behind her shoulder.
Hiding behind her shoulder.
Yes.
Won't you use her technique to desensitize yourself?
I know her technique, but I can't watch The Exorcist.
There's other movies.
There's
The
other movies.
The song alone gives
work
me
your
the
way up.
creeps.
You do 24 hours of aliens. Pick one of the aliens. Though.
It doesn't scare me though.
Don't scare you, or just the supernatural stuff. Yeah, okay. Paranormal number 1, 24 hours. Let it go, continue over and over again.
Yeah, no.
Dude, man. All I know is this
You remember-
franchise has been
You remember?
Good.
You remember The Grudge when it came out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
All
movie.
right, I went with Mabel to see that.
Yeah.
and
I
where were
was
you?
hiding behind her shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I was like this, literally, every time something scary come out.
You seen it first?
No, I don't believe that.
No, I can believe that.
I don't.
Same.
I can believe.
You're a scaredy cat.
Right now, mira, oh, don't.
You're a scaredy
This
cat.
one
Look
here-
who's talking.
I'm not a scaredy cat.
Not anymore. But one
you can get me
time,
with a jump scare, but that's not scaring me. That's
No.
a difference. It's just scaring me
when
genuinely.
she was 2, and her and her sister of like what? She was 2. No, you were 4, and your sister was 2, and we went to go watch Aliens, the second one. So the scene that happens when they
That's on
find the
y'all for bringing
xenomorphs,
children with
and then
y'all.
all of a sudden they all come out, and it's let's rock and roll. This one is like, Daddy, I'm afraid. Daddy, I'm afraid. Daddy, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. This is how she had me. Daddy, I'm afraid. She became a face hugger. She face hugged me. Literally, she had her waistline here, and I'm this like this, and I'm like, I'm like that. Everybody went from like, oh my God, and then they looked at me as like, they weren't afraid anymore. And then they lost this moment. Because then I was like, look, it's a face hugger.
That was a good one. That's when they were camouflaging with the wall, right?
Oh my God.
They were the wall, all of them.
Yeah.
And they started coming out, I'm like, ooh. But they weren't as good in, like I said, Alien 3 when they, they're sitting there. And then all of a sudden it comes out, and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
But again, going back to The Conjuring, this time it seems like the nun and Annabelle are gonna gang up with this one other demon that they're investigating.
Gang. They're
You know.
gonna roll in with gang signs. They're gonna come in wrapped up.
They're gonna come in a ghostly Cadillac.
They're gonna one of them gonna have a bandana on.
Exactly, bro.
Just gonna-
They're gonna- like this. Yo,
Dude,
I wouldn't be surprised if the nun just be like, creeps.
can you see me? No, that's gonna be
That is gonna
Annabelle.
Be Annabelle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she'll jump on your lap, be like,
I'm still waiting for. Did it come out already?
what?
The Al Pacino?
Oh,
You know what's so funny? Sorry.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Not yet, because it's like when I saw it, I was like, Al Pacino, a priest? What?
Yeah,
An
yeah.
exorcist? I was like, what?
Can I be real with you guys? For the longest time in my life, till I was about maybe 16, 17, I hate to admit this, I didn't know Al Pacino was a real person. I thought it was a drink. It's like the name of a drink. I know people talking about some drink
All right,
that's
next.
in a movie, that's going whatever.
She is not coming on next week's show.
Then I found out, oh crap, it's a real person.
She is not coming on
This
next
is
week's
also-
show.
this
is
is
one of those
also-
times where I
wait,
want to go, how
guys,
the frack did you confuse
guys,
a man with a
Guys,
drink?
this is also the same person who thought that the security officers were wearing tube tops. I'm sorry, tank tops for like a whole 2 seasons on Star Trek. Remember? I told you it wasn't until I realized that the one dude pulled the gun off of him, and I said, "Is that Velcro?" Because they had the giant Velcro straps. I thought they were all wearing tank tops, and I was like, "Slay!" For 2 seasons straight. 2 seasons straight. I swear to God.
Wow. Wow.
That should be mine.
Oh, is that you?
Is that you?
Oh, we're gonna lose Lou. So I guess we're gonna.
we good.
Oh no. Well, we're going to be losing you soon.
Soon.
It's okay. Either way, The Conjuring is one to watch. I mean, if you're a fan of it, and this one is going to be like the ultimate, supposed to be the story that ended it all.
Listen,
If I'm not mistaken, Comedian Matt Rife and a partner of his actually
Bought
bought the
the
house.
Lorraine
How do
house.
you buy the house? But
Yeah.
he's into that sort of thing. I'm like, good for you. You stay with the cuco.
My
Okay?
mother has a heart condition, and at night that's all she watches. Scary
Respect.
ass movie.
Well, respect you. You know you ain't scaring the
That's-
crap out of her anytime
She will live
soon.
forever. Heart condition's not taking her out.
Hell
Not at
no.
all.
Nope.
Jump scares, nope. You know, roll on in and surprise her. And that's not gonna
Grandma,
happen.
Grandma giggles when she scares us.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I do that with my mother too. I walk in on the kitchen, she doesn't hear me. Ma, she'll jump. I'm like, you get scared of that, but you don't get scared of the shit,
Yeah.
the stuff that's playing in your room.
Nope. Nope. It's all up here, bro. All up here. She sat through 24 hours of The Exorcist. First 2 hours, silence. Third hour, no lie, by hour 5, laugh out loud, this child, especially in the part where it says, let Jesus,
No, that wasn't.
And not.
That wasn't the first scene I laughed at. The first season I really laughed at was when the table opened and he was like, "Did you do that?" He went,
yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'm just, yeah. And I'm sitting there and
Were we
looking at
not
her mother, and I'm
recording?
like, you think she's afraid?
Were we not recording? Oh, we were. Okay.
It's like, and you think she's gonna be afraid anymore? Look, the omnipotent voice has now come to
Oh,
join
the
us.
omnipotent voice is
No,
here.
what are we talking about?
The Exorcist.
Talking about jumping
Scary
people.
movies.
That's why I came in.
Jump
like that. You
scares.
notice
We're
that?
talking-
Yeah.
You notice that? The Exorcist?
The Annabelle and the
Becoming
nun are going to
closer.
become a gang.
I was listening to you guys. Which one? Because they did like 3 of them, right? After the original. Which
Right.
one do you think at least got close to the original?
None
What?
of the original.
What of the?
None of the originals.
Nothing came close to the
Conjuring
original.
movies?
No.
Yeah.
Until from the
No,
Conjuring.
Not even the
Conjuring or
remake.
The
The
Exorcist?
remake of Exorcist.
Oh, Exorcist.
Talking about The Exorcist,
oh,
not The
Exorcist.
Conjuring.
Oh, I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
the
Confused.
remake.
So it started with the Conjuring
Yeah, none
and
of
led to
them.
the
None of them.
Exorcist.
I think the closest was maybe with the 2 girls. The closest it can get.
But not even that was that scary. Like it wasn't.
No.
It didn't make me
Scary wise,
feel-
none of them.
No.
But I'm talking about at least with the story.
Yeah. It was cool they had Linda Blair in it. Like I like that they had that in the storyline.
But
I
my
was, I
question.
was hoping for more,
My
and I kept
question
saying
is,
that the whole
Linda,
movie.
is that Linda Blair or is that
But
a spirit?
that
No, it
one
was
there.
Linda Blair. It was
Linda
her.
Blair.
It was her.
But that particular Exorcist film with the 2 girls
You know,
is
that's
part
a-
of a 3-part
Yeah, I was
series.
gonna say
Yeah,
that.
which I was
First
like,
was
yeah,
Believer.
no.
The second one is what is being called Deceiver.
Right.
So this, I don't know if they're going to continue it because, of course, based on the box office ratings of the first one.
They shouldn't.
Exactly.
If they are,
Oh,
Give it a break.
straight
I
to
thought the movie
platform.
was really bland.
Because
Too bland, bro.
Bloodlines didn't do good.
No.
Final Destination.
Yeah, no.
No.
We knew that wasn't going to
No.
be good.
So again, if you're fans of The Conjuring, go check out this one. This looks like it's been solid throughout its inception from the
Is it the
first
same
to second.
director?
I'm
No,
multiple directors.
I don't think it's the
The
same
same?
director.
I don't know
But
about
the
this
thing
one.
is, the story, is based on the true stories of the 2 people. Even though sometimes they said,
Half of it was made up, and half of it was just like them gaslighting people to make them think that they were experiencing stuff.
or as I like to call it, Hollywood. That's Hollywood souping it up.
They were like, all these things are haunted, and we're gonna put them in one little place in our house and have everybody come through. But you can't touch, because remember, they're haunted. But they put it in a place where you can literally touch it.
And as I said before, the comedian Matt Rife and a partner of his bought the house. Why would you do that? Oh, I'm into that sort of thing.
No.
Tú, deja de fumando ese. No. It's
That
supposed to be
money-
recreational.
That house is a moneymaker, though.
Jesus Christ compels you. I just came over here because I wanted to be next to Luke.
Yeah.
Everybody
But he's
does.
leaving soon, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peace out, guys.
On that note, we're going to take a brief commercial.
And probably not be back with
And
Lou, so.
I will not be here. I am sorry for that. They will
Duty
end
calls.
Where he going without his?
They will end it unless my producer guy goes away with my
He's
wheelchair.
about to boot your chair, bro. You better do something.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
So, we're back again. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Nerdy Ricans. Tune us in on Tuesdays at 6 on the LDM Network, YouTube, and our Facebook page. So until the next time, live long and prosper. Take care.
Welcome to the zone where geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick.